What's going on, guys? So I'm gonna try and shoot this video one more time. I've tried to shoot this video like 4 or 5 times now. So I just wanted to give you guys, I was gonna do a whole video just on TMC Pay, but being that my phone and YouTube want to act up, I'm just gonna combine week 1 of training with the TMC Pay because they do go hand in hand. Because this is my time to kind of process what I want to be paid with TMC, either percentage or mileage. And this is just my 2 cents on it. You guys can take it and apply it to your life, but I'm definitely going to choose the percentage route, and you'll see why. So, took off the glasses here, and let's get to some serious talking. All right, so I'm not going to put a whole lot of information out there about my trainer, as I'm not trying to put his business up here on the World Wide Web. But I will go over the states we went to pick up loads, maybe some cities, and just kind of go from there. So, and this is the percentage sheet that they give you during orientation. Excuse me, these are the different categories that determine your overall points of how much your percentage is going to be. As an apprentice driver, I'll be starting off at 26%, which is right there. If I have experience, and I get 27%, at least for my first 2 snapshots. But I'm not an experienced driver, so I'm speaking solely from an apprentice driver. And also you have your cents per mile. Kind of the same thing. It's still performance-based, but we'll go over that in detail here in just a second. So, the loads I picked up this week are the first load. My driver trainer came and picked me up. Went to the truck, and he already had a aluminum ingot load, which is you ever seen, like, crushed Coke cans and stuff like that, all kind of just like compacted together? It's kind of like that, although instead of it being all cans, it's all shiny. So you have 40,000 pounds of just pure aluminum going to a place. And we took that down to Alabama. And that load, I drove 158 miles of it. The total dispatch miles were 244. Dispatch miles are your bounce miles and your loaded miles combined. So when I say dispatch miles, now you guys know what that means. So I drove 158 miles of 244 miles. The load was paying about $700 for 244 miles, so it's a pretty good paying load. At 26%, which is what I would be getting, is $169. Okay, cents per mile. I still have a 45 cents a mile before any of the different add-ons that they add to it for your performance, and that would be $109 for cents per mile. The next load we picked up, we also picked this load up in Alabama, and we took it up to Tennessee. Had to cross a little bit of Georgia, so I visited like 9 states this week, guys, so you'll see what I'm talking about. So we had a load of lumber, full truck full, had 8 freaking sheets of lumber all the way down the trailer. And we used a lumber tarp. He used a steel tarp for the aluminum ingot. The lumber, we drove 525 miles that were dispatched. Of those 525, I drove 385. So I got some good miles in. We used a lumber tarp for that, as I just mentioned. My percentage on that load, I think that load was paying like $1,200 or something like that. Pretty good paying load. I would have gotten paid $309 of it. Okay, cents per mile of 525 dispatch miles is $236. Okay, the next load that we had, we also picked this load up in Tennessee. It was steel rebar. Didn't have to tarp it. It was a rather easy load. You pull into our customer here in Tennessee, and they just took this magnetic crane and they brought it to your trailer. They dropped it down, released the magnets, and the rebar just sits nice and firm on your trailer. We didn't have to tarp, as I said. It had 609 miles. This load was going up to just outside of Chicago, up in Illinois. So it was 609 dispatch miles. Of those miles, I drove 370 that day. Yeah, 370. And 609 miles at 45 cents a mile is $274. So on this load, because we drove more miles, you guys are going to notice this. If you drive more, you'll get paid more cents per mile. If you drive less, you get paid more percentage. But I'm telling y'all, in the end game, percentage is where it's at. Because even though I do turn the wheels more, I know what I'm going to be getting at my paycheck at the end of the day. Versus if I'm sitting in traffic, if I get into an accident, if my truck breaks down on me, if my tarp flies off in the middle of my trip and I have to go backtrack to get the tarp, then that's out of route miles, which you're not going to be paid for anyway. Guys, just percentage is just, it's a good round number to look at. So when you're going to get your load screen, it'll say, your balance miles, your loaded miles, what the load is paying, and how much weight it is. So, I mean, I know what I'm going to be getting at the end of the day versus cents per mile is like a guessing game. So, so $274 cents per mile. Of 26% of that load, I would be getting $248. I believe that load was paying like just under $1,000. So yeah, $248 of it's not pretty good. When then we dropped off in Illinois, we also picked up in Chicago. We picked up some greasy bars, long bars, steel bars, whatever you want to call these bars. And we took these bars all the way down to North Carolina. It was an 800, almost 900 mile trip. So on this load, you definitely got paid cents per mile, but this is a good paying load, so I would have been getting paid almost $400. I'll get to that in a second. I drove 515 miles of it, 877 dispatch miles at 45 cents a mile, $395. Okay, 26% of it, $379. So really not that much of a difference when it comes to cents per mile. It's not like $60 like the first one. But you guys are going to notice that on the good paying loads, you'll be getting paid more, obviously. Then we did, and when we were in North Carolina, this was our 5th load, so it was Friday, yesterday, and we were going back to Tennessee, which is where I'm at now. And that was a load of crushed glass going to a paving place. Paving, something like that, paving place. Also the steel bars, we did have to tarp them. It was a steel tarp. The crushed glass load, we had it was a trailer swap, so we didn't get the pay to tarp it, but we got the pay to untarp it. And that was a lumber tarp. It had 622 dispatch miles. 45 cents a mile is $280. This load was paying, I think, like around $1,000. So $284 at 26%. That's what I'll be taking home. So yeah, just that's where I've gone this week. So you guys can imagine all the states I went to in between. Especially on the Illinois trip, we went through like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, North Carolina. So a lot of states I went to this week. Yeah. Anyways, the different categories that they measure you on for your points. You have your truck revenue. If you guys go based off of everything that I've mentioned, around $1,000, stuff like that, you guys will have about $5,000 to the truck that week, which is maxed out points. To max out points for your truck revenue, you have to go over $4,000. So really good week. So yeah, so truck revenue, your miles per gallon, guys, automatics are where it's at for miles per gallon, because these big engines with an automatic transmission, 12-speed automatic, they're like the brand new trucks that TMC has. You guys are going to be getting 7, 8, 9, almost 10 miles to the gallon. And guys, that's money. That is money you're saving for the company. It is money going to go back in your pocket. It is money going to go into your ESOP. I mean, yeah, I understand, you know, you don't want to lose the skill of a manual. You guys that drive a manual for forever, you know, I completely understand you. Like, I love driving a manual transmission, but gas mileage in a manual versus automatic, night and day. So I would highly suggest getting an automatic transmission if you're going to come to TMC. I think the people put out that if you're getting over 7 miles to the gallon, you get top points. And then also you're out of route. As long as you're planning your trip out correctly, that's the other points, the big points that are going to get you your percentage. Also, the appearance of your truck, your CSA score. They have a class called TQM, Time Quality Management, and your endorsements, and also park up points. Park up points, guys, if you continuously park up at your customer, you're going to get 5 points a weekend. If you do it for the first 2 weekends, it's like 4 points. If you do it 1 weekend, it's 3. And the first weekend that you miss it, you go back to 3, and then you need to work your way up. So, your endorsements, they do carry out of the port a lot. So your TWIC, they have some hazmat loads, so your hazmat endorsement, and also they go to Canada a lot. So your passport or pass card, that yeah, that's also points going toward your percentage, and those points never leave. So and your CSA score, as long as you have very little or even no points in your CSA score, that's still points you're going to be getting. So, yeah, guys, just a little quick video. Well, not necessarily quick. It's going on 13 minutes. But I've been trying to shoot this video for forever, so hopefully it goes through on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, same thing for the mileage pay. You get like a half a cent or a whole cent per mile. Also, you get your TARP pays, your breakdown pays, this, that, and the third. Detention pays. All of that with both the percentage and the mileage. But I'm telling you guys right now, in my week 1 experience, percentage is where it's at. Because you never know if you're going to go 100 miles or 1,000 miles. And if you're only going to get paid 45 cents for 100 miles versus 26% of a $1,000 load going 100 miles, guys, it's a no-brainer. And then if you go 1,000 miles, you know, yeah, that's really good. If it's a $2,000 load, I'm still going to be making just as much, if not more than you, if you're cents per mile, and I'm percentage. So take my words with a grain of salt. I'm just here to put videos out to help you guys out. I'll let you all know as the weeks go on, like what I carry, how much I've driven. I know I've put down close to, if not more than 2,100 miles this week. And I look forward to just keep on running, get in my truck, and just keep on the same habits, and keep bringing glory to God, bring a check home to my family, and just live life to the fullest. And with that, y'all, I'm signing out. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.